But we've got with us Dyaneshwar Padwal, who joins in with his top trades this morning. Dyaneshwar, it was a pretty impressive recovery in the last hour of trade back home, largely driven by buying that came into PSU banks. But this morning, SGX Nifty is pointing to a quite negative start, rather. How would you play the index?
Yeah, good morning, Samina. If you look at the recent chart structure of Nifty, we have seen that the Nifty is moving in a very tight rate of consolidation. So 10,300 would be on lower side and 10,640 on a higher side. But in this consolidation, we observe that on a daily time frame chart, Nifty is a process of making of an inverse head and shoulder, and the right shoulder is into the formation. So I advise aggressive trader to take a long entry onto the right hand side of the shoulder, and by keeping a stop loss of head towards the 10,300. So that would be a great opportunity. And after that, the Nifty is initially poised for an initial leg of up move towards the 10,640, and that would be an neckline, and break of the same would initiate the next leg of up move towards the 10,700. That could be a 50% Fibonacci retracement of the previous fall.
Right. So in terms of a trading strategy, Dyaneshwar, what would you do if you get an opening at 10,450, which is what the SGX is pointing to? We are going into a long weekend as well. Would you be brave enough to initiate fresh longs for maybe a target of 10,600 over the next couple of days?
Yes, Sabina, of course, SGX Nifty is indicating that the Indian market will open on a gap down note, and we have seen that the left hand shoulder has taken a support of 10,400, and if market opens near about the 10,400 420 level, so that would be a good opportunity to go long here.
Right. What about Bank Nifty? We saw that pullback in yesterday's day of trade. Buying emerged in PSU banks towards the last hour. Any sort of indication on Bank Nifty? Any sort of trade you'd consider initiating on Bank Nifty as well?
Yes, Sabina. Recently, we've seen that the Bank Nifty is underperforming the key benchmark index, and it is mainly because of the PSU's bank. And because of this, the mismatched trade setup has been observed between the private and public sector bank. So we are at the opinion that the Bank Nifty may trade in a very tight range of 25,000 on a lower side and 26,000 on a higher side. So right now, any directional move, we won't suggest any directional move.
Dyaneshwar, you want to start by telling us what your top trades are for the day, what your recommendations are?
Yes, Meena, we have short on Z Limited because recently we have seen that the Z Limited is unfolded into the corrective move, wherein it has been completed its pullback at an important Fibonacci retracement of 50% of the previous fall move, and the recent move suggests that it's poised for a next leg of down move towards the 540, 520. So one can go short in this counter by keeping a stop loss of 580.
Right, that is the entertainment. Anything in the technology pack? Because I think the tech space has generally been an outperformer across in the last couple of weeks. While stocks don't move up together, every other day you have a different bunch of IT names going up. In this morning's trade, any constructive long calls in the IT pack?
Yes, we have seen that the IT is the outperforming index to the key benchmark index, and in IT specs, yesterday's move suggests that the Infosys has given a good move and it's completed its pullback. So I would suggest to go long in Infosys by keeping a stop loss of near about 1140 and poised for an initial leg of move towards the 1220.
Right, and Dyaneshwar, what's your view on stocks like Indian Bank from the tire pack, Apollo Tires, these two stocks? And again, if you like anything in cement, all again, these actually were showing good open interest addition, especially Indian Bank was showing good long build-up yesterday. Apollo Tires again basically was adding good long open interest here. So both the stocks, and if you like anything in cement, because again, mid-cap cement stocks were seeing good buying.
In case of Apollo Tyre, we have seen that the yesterday's moves was quite impressive. But if you look at the overall chart structure, so we are facing a very good resistance around the 278. If stock is managed to cross the 278 level, so we probably see the next leg of up move towards the 290 or 300.
Right. Dyaneshwar, also in the metals pack, is there any shorting opportunity? Because the last couple of days, commodities globally have been subdued. I mean, would you be brave to go short on maybe a Tata Steel, JSW Steel, Hindalco, or it's best to avoid that trade?
Yes, recently we have seen that all the metal pack is moving into the unfolded into the corrective pattern, and the metal shine has been cooling down. So on a shorter side, I would suggest to go short on a Jindal Steel at current market price by keeping a stop loss near about 263 level. So we probably see the level of 235 on a lower side.
What about Reliance Industries? How does that one look, Dyaneshwar?
Reliance. See, in case of Reliance Industry, we have seen that recently Reliance Industry has outperformed the key benchmark index, but somehow 960 level would be a very strong resistance for the Reliance Industry. So I would suggest traders to wait for the close on above 960 level. So if it is close above 960, so we'll probably see the next leg of up move towards the 1000 level.
Dyaneshwar, what's the view on stock like Cholamandalam Finance and also I'm just adding Repco home here? Good sort of build-up yesterday. Repco has been correcting over the last few sessions and today again basically was actually some comeback which was being seen. But Cholamandalam again was hitting new life highs. So any views there? And in particular, if you actually are liking any of the private banks because it was a weak day yesterday and perhaps if they are coming on your radar.
Yeah, in case of Cholamandalam, we have seen that the higher time frame is bullish and stock is moving in a clear uptrend. So in case of secular uptrend, so any pullbacks comes towards the support level, so that would be a great buying opportunity. So I would suggest traders to wait for an good pullback towards the 1430 level. So that would be a great buying opportunity in Cholamandalam Finance.
That's the view coming in from Dyaneshwar. Dyaneshwar, also any crude plays, so anything in paints, anything in aviation that one could consider trading? I mean, crude's taken a bit of a backseat this morning, so I'm assuming that could be a positive for aviation names.
Yeah, in case of Jet Airways, we have seen that recently Jet Airways is trading in a very tight range of 770 on a higher side and 720 on a lower side. So if it comes towards the 720 level, so one can go long with the stop loss of 700 for an initial leg of up move towards the again 770 level.
And Dyaneshwar, like, what's your view on the automotive stocks again? I think they should be the flavor primarily because the monthly sales numbers are going to come. So stocks like Ashok Leyland, Escorts, Lakshmi Machines, all three again actually were seeing very long build up either in the cash market or in the future market here. So any of the three stocks if you like?
Yes, of course. We have seen that on a broader aspect, the auto index is trading in a rising channel. So this would be a great opportunity to go enter into the auto pack for a longer term horizon. If you talk about the Ashok Leyland has shows a very good performance on a higher time frame chart. It is moving in a clear uptrend. So any pullbacks I would suggest wait for the pullback. So any pullbacks towards the 338, 35 level. So that would be a great opportunity. The stock will give near about 10 to 15% return over a period of 2 months.
Thanks for that, Dyaneshwar. Good talking to you this morning. That's the top trades and recommendations coming in from Dyaneshwar Padwal.